They called him Zeus, Jupiter, Brahma, Al, Ra, Odin, Ashur. Called him Aruha Mazda. You ever heard that? Called him the Great Spirit. He's being called Mother Nature. Some just call him Father. Some call him the old man upstairs. I was at a meeting one time and a youth minister, one of these big preachers there, and had his little, you can see them. They walk in with the stop, let everybody recognize them. They got that little tail of 2 or 3 little preachers behind them. One of them little preachers was a youth minister. And they called on him to pray, and he got up, he looked up, and he said, "Hello, Dad. I want to puke." Why do you call him something like that? Why do you call him the old man upstairs? He is God. Amen. He is Jehovah. Amen. He is Yahweh. Amen. Look, the rabbinic, I don't know if I'm saying it right, the rabbinic Judaism believers today, the Jews, have 7 names that they call God. And when they call him those 7 names and they write those names down, when they write them on a piece of paper, they will never erase those names. That's the respect they have for God. Do you know that the scribes in Israel now, there's names that they will write God's name and they'll take whatever writing instrument they're using and throw it away? And it'll never be used for anything else because it just wrote God's name. And you and I have the audacity to talk about the old man upstairs. Come on, brother. We have the audacity for a young preacher to get to say, "Hello, Dad." We have the audacity to speak about him and curse and use his name. He's God. Amen, preacher. Who is God? I can't tell you. I can't explain him. I can't grasp him. I can't understand him. Why? Somebody says, "Brother James, what do you think about God?" I said, all I can tell you, only thing I know about God, that at 8 minutes past 1 o'clock on November 25th, 1949, that God knew there was going to be a little boy born, and his name was going to be James Thomas Avery, and God said, "I'm going to die so that he might live." Amen. That's all I know about him. Amen, preacher. I can't explain him. How am I going to explain who he is? Listen, folks, I tell you who he is. Look around you. Look at it right now. All of you, look around. Yeah. You see this roof? Look, you're not looking. You're looking at me. I told you to look around. Look at the window. See the light shining through the window? See the piano. Look at all this stuff. Oh, yes, preacher. Wait till preacher. I'll get back that point in a minute. Wait till I play in front of the preacher. He said, "Let me show you what I did here." He walked around. He said, "Now, here's what I did here." And old brother Billy Jackson was with me. Brother Billy stopped. He said, "You've done a lot here." He said, "Yes, I have." He said, "What's God doing?" He got quiet. Yeah. Now, look around. I ain't saying another word, bless God, till you look around. Come on, be part of this. I ain't up here for my health. I hurt. I got 9 compression fractures. I love being in a motel, laying back on the bed, letting my wife feed me and rub me and take care of me. I'm here for you, to help you. Now, have you looked all around? I'm going to tell you who God is. He made it all out of nothing. Amen. He spoke, and there it was. He took it in his mighty hand, and he stuck it out there, and he hung it on nothing. And he went, and it started spinning. And me and you are walking around, and because it's spinning, we don't fly off in space. That's who God is. Amen. Can you explain it? No, I can't explain who God is. Listen, folks. Who is God? He's something me and you won't ever understand. Yeah. He's something me and you won't ever. People like, "I'm really something." You're nothing. You know what's going to happen to you? You ladies, listen to me now. I don't make you mad, but if I do, I don't care. You ladies put on them dresses and show that cleavage off. Shame on you. Come on, pull it out. Yeah, you'll put on them dresses and they're hiked up so far that you show them thighs off. You know what's going to happen to that cleavage? You know what's going to happen to that thigh? It's going to rot. Yeah. It's going to rot. You know what's going to happen to that body that you love and make sure you paint it every morning? Now, I agree, every morning you do paint. But you'll get up and you'll stare in that mirror. You ain't got time to study for a Sunday school class, but you got time to stare in that mirror and paint that face. I can preach, I can shout. But listen to me, folks. That body is going to die. I can move this arm any way I want to. When I was a little boy, I used to practice doing this. Can you do that? Can you? I do that, boy. I'd practice this. I'd say, make my eyes go cross. I ran. I jumped. I practiced shooting a basketball. I practiced throwing a baseball. My mama would, quit throwing that ball on that house, boy. I was throwing it and catching it. But I practiced. I wanted this body to do things that I trained it. You know what's going to happen to this body? It's going to die. Mm-hmm. It's about half gone now. But it's going to die. It's going to go back to the dust from whence it came. Who is God? He's the one that always was. Moses walked up, he said, I see a bush burning and it's not being consumed. He walked up to it and he was watching it. What an amazing sight. A fire and the bush is burning and it's not being consumed. And the boy says, pull your shoes off, boy. Yeah. You're walking on holy ground.
Amen.
And he tells Moses what he wants them to do and tell the children of Israel. And Moses said, if I go back and tell them that you told me to do all this, who am I going to tell them it was? He said, tell them I am. You know what that means? You ever dug into it? It means I am. It means I am. It means I is. Good evening. And it means I ever will be.
Amen.
He always was. He is. He always. When me and you and our puny little life is over, I'll be 66 years old, November 25th, if I live. I'll tell you what, I don't know how I got here so fast. But when my little puny life is over, he ain't even got started yet.
Amen.
He said, tell him I am. He said, you know who told me to preach this morning? The great I am.
Amen.
The great I is. And the great I will be when you're gone. Who is God? Can't tell you no better than that. But I know this. I know that God is who he is. I know that God said, for I am God and not man. I'm trying to think where, I don't want to run too late here, but I'm trying to pick up my place here where I want to go. Who is God? I'll tell you who he is. When you're the neediest, he's the most sufficient.
Amen.
When you're completely helpless, he's the most able. When you feel totally dependent, he's absolutely dependable. Amen. When you're the weakest, he's the most able. When you're the most alone, he is intimately present. When you feel you are the least, he is the greatest. When you feel the most useless, he's preparing you. When it is the darkest, he's the only light you need. When you feel the least secure, he's your rock and fortress. When you're the most humble, he's the most gracious.
Amen.
Now, we talk about what is God. What is man's curse? Believe it or not, this is all introduction. What is man's curse? Well, we all know the story in Genesis of Adam and Eve in the garden. We know that they sinned. She partook of the tree and she gave it to him, and he ate of the tree, and God said, you're out. They had to leave. When you get up tomorrow and go to work, remember what Adam and Eve did. Not Adam and Steve, Adam and Eve. Amen. Remember what he did. Remember it's the devil's fault, it won't yours. But then in Revelation chapter 20, verse 14, talking about what man's curse is, there's a little phrase there. You know what I said a while ago about this body's going to die and go back to the dust? If you look there in that passage, that verse, it says this is the second death. You know what death is? When Pastor Bo dies, his soul separates from his fleshly body, and we'll bury the body.